So I'm Artemis Teagan with the Artemis Center for Family Therapy, and we're meeting today with my colleague Dr. Dennis Coffey, who has been a psychiatrist in private practice for over 35 years. He also is with the Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health, San Pedro Mental Health.
Exactly.
And I also am joined by my colleague Ronnie Davies, who is with the Artemis Center. And since Dr. Coffey is a psychiatrist, we thought it would be interesting to get his take on questions about how we apply mindfulness in clinical practice to help address health issues.
Yeah.
Another application that was sort of unexpected is helping people with chronic pain. I have several clients that have lupus, and one of them has been kind of on a progressive downhill decline. A lot of, I think that decline is related to how she interprets what's going on, and it's usually quite negative and quite dire. And so she's chasing the fear about what's happening. So what I do with her, particularly when she's in that real panicky and I'm not going to get out of this pain mode, is I will have her lay down on a yoga mat and support her with pillows, because with lupus there's a lot of pain in the joints in the body, so everything is painful. So kind of just surround her with lots of cushion and lots of support, again sort of borrowing from somatic psychotherapy but bringing in mindfulness. And what I've learned about this particular client, and oftentimes with many people dealing with chronic pain, is that they're in resistance and avoidance to the pain. They're trying really hard to not feel what's going on, and oftentimes what happens is they become dependent on various pretty heavy narcotic kinds of drugs to do that. So what I will do is, and this was a particular day where she came in and she was about to pop a Norco, and I said, would it be okay if you just hold off on that for just a few minutes? You can take it when we're done with this. So she set it down on the table, and I said, I want to have you try this. So we had her lay down, had all the pillows, and I said, I want you to just kind of do a scan from head to toe and tell me what you notice. And she started off, and there was a severe amount of pain in the shoulders and the neck from the lupus. And I said, rather than trying to bear down against the pain, which is what she does, or kind of just brace herself against it, I said, I want to see if you can allow yourself to surrender into what you're feeling right now. And I know that's really scary. We're only going to do it for a couple of minutes. We're going to see if you can tolerate what your body's actually telling you right now, rather than running from it, numbing it, going away from it. And let's see what happens. So she did. We used her breath to focus her awareness in this area, and I saw her kind of tense, and then I saw her kind of release and let herself fall a little bit into the floor. And as she did this process over a period of about 3 or 4 minutes, what she reported was that the pain, she noticed it rise and she noticed it fall, which is exactly what we want to do with people who are dealing with long-term chronic illness or pain. We want them to be able to notice those subtle variations, that it's not constant, that it's not static, and that in those rising and falling of pain, there's a reprieve that we can do something else with. Right? That we can breathe and not fight against and not resist against, right? So she was able to spend maybe about 5 minutes kind of surrendering to the pain that was there, and in so doing, it subsided significantly. The pill was still sitting on the table when she left, and she walked out of the session and she left the pill on the table, which I thought was a really good sign.
Really great.
It is good.
Yeah. The new frontiers in pain management are primarily psychologic. We've gone about as far as we can go chemically, and you usually just end up with an addiction. But people don't realize that frequently painkillers actually don't remove pain. They just change your attitude about it. So mindfulness is clearly the same thing and a whole lot safer.
Right. Yeah. You don't care anymore when you take that pill. Right? With mindfulness, what happens is that you recognize that there's pain. Your body's trying to let you know what to do and what not to do because you're in pain. And when we take something and numb it, we're not going to know if we're doing too much. We're not going to know how much pain we're in. We're not going to know if we need to rest, put ice, relax, we're not going to know because we're going to be numb, right? So it's about, in small measure, learning to say, is there variation here? And how much of this can I manage? And is it always that bad? Maybe not.
Right.
Maybe it's not.
And very much the treatment of addiction is frequently the treatment of chronic pain patients because they become addicted to these medicines.
Yes.
So your whole concept about riding the wave
is
excellent in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a real surprise to clients when they realize that the pain that they're encountering is something that they can have a different relationship to if they sit with it, right? That it does change, in fact.
Yeah.
Being here today.
You people have done so well with the patients that I've referred to the Artemis Center that I heartily endorse what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you
so much.